What's up? Back with another video, and this is again gonna be a little different than the music production or podcast videos that I post here to the channel, but this is more so just documenting the journey that I've been having since I've underwent hernia surgery in February of this year, and today actually is going to make 8 months since then. Now, everything I would say at this point is pretty much healed. There was one thing I posted a video about a week ago, which I explained I had to undergo surgery to remove a hematoma, also known as a hematocele, kind of like a hydrocele. But what that is, I'm not gonna really go in depth, but if you know, for example, whenever you're having hernia surgery for inguinal hernia, that's actually where the intestines kind of like goes through the abdominal wall into the kind of like scrotal area. But what happens is, especially if you have a larger hernia, kind of like I did have from the inside, is it kind of starts to, I guess, grow together as one, like the intestines and the inner part of that kind of opening that it creates when it has the hernia. And when they pull it out, what happened was I had some blood vessels in that area, which became injured, and they bled into that kind of region, the groin region, and it just kind of created this pocket. Actually, the doctor told me it was 3 pockets of blood that they had to go in and drain. So I actually did that procedure about a week ago once again on September 28th, 2023. And I know when I was about to have the surgery, I was coming here on YouTube because I did the same thing when I had the hernia surgery. I was just looking for other people that may have had the same type of procedure. Outside of really like one video that I found, there wasn't really much content, or there wasn't anybody that did any footage or just explaining what a hematoma after hernia surgery could be like. And to take that even a little bit further as to why, after speaking to my doctor, it was a very low percentage of patients that have had hernia surgeries that actually have this hematoma in that region after surgery. I think it's something like, might be like 5%, or it might be even less than that. But it was a very low percentage. I actually saw another video here on YouTube where a doctor was talking about some complications that could occur after hernia surgery, and he did speak on that to kind of match up with what my own doctor here in Dallas had said as well. So that kind of explains why you don't see too much on that condition, the hematoma. Now, to get more in depth with that procedure, again, I had it on Thursday, September 28th, but I was at the hospital at 6 a.m. and it kind of went similar to the procedure that I had for the hernia surgery as well, which same thing. I went to the hospital 6 a.m., checked in. They got me to the pre-surgery area where they make you get into the hospital gown, and they check your blood pressure and all your vitals, and make sure everything is good before surgery. And then it was pretty much about 7 a.m. and they actually rolled me into this room where they told me that they was gonna put me under the anesthesia, and they put this mask over my face once we got into the room, and I was pretty much out. Now, I woke up, still kind of out of it, and the one thing that was different, and they explained this to me prior to the surgery. I actually had a meeting with one of the doctors, because it was two. It was the one that did my hernia surgery, and it was another that also works in the same location that helped him out with it. But there was, like, what happens is with that type of surgery, with the hematoma surgery, they drain those pockets of blood that I was talking about, which, to give you some context, again, I don't want to go deep into it, but it was probably about the size of a baseball. It was very large, and it gives you the feeling of almost kind of like you got a weight that's pushing you or pulling you down on your left side. Feels just like a lot of pressure in that area. And they go in and they actually made two incisions, one on the bottom and then one on the top, and they were able to drain most of that blood out of there. And to give you some context how big it was, the doctor told me actually that it, although it was still swollen, was still smaller than the way that it was when I first went into surgery. So that kind of gives you some context as far as how big that hematoma was that they had to go in and drain. And I basically had to wear this little, like, draining, this drain. Well, after the surgery, they send you home with this drain, and you actually have to drain it at the end of every day. And they pretty much explain to you in that process, if, for example, you have less blood that you're draining on a daily basis, that's going to be that's going to be a good thing. And then if you have obviously more blood that you're draining on a day-to-day basis over the course of 6 or 7 days, then obviously that's going to be a problem. So I actually had less and less drainage each day, and I went into the doctor this last Wednesday, and they took the drain out, which hurts like a bitch when they do that, especially pretty much that whole day. It's hard to kind of like sit down and be comfortable. I had to kind of switch seats going between, I had this chair in the living room, and then I also had my couch, but I was going in between both of those until I was comfortable. And the second day wasn't too bad. And here we are, like, on the third day, and I barely feel anything from that. They also said a little bit of like discharge would come out in those days after they removed the drain, so which is accurate as well. But I can say 1 week after that procedure, I'm doing much better, and I feel like after 8 months, just 2 surgeries, the initial hernia surgery, and then just this hematoma procedure that I've had, it's been a pretty long road getting back to this. There's still ways to go. Obviously, it's only been a week since I had the hematoma surgery, but the doctor and I also feel that way as well. Just from, I could have noticed the difference. Remember I said initially with the hematoma, it felt like a weight was pulling you down on the left side. Well, I felt a difference pretty much the first day after having surgery, and it's only gotten better since then. And I'm gonna be back to my job in about 3 weeks. So I'm gonna get back to ramping up walking. I did the same thing with the hernia surgery. I started doing a lot of walking outside, those short distances. Then I went on to like a mile, 2 miles. And then I started doing things like the Stairmaster and the treadmill and the elliptical. And eventually I got back to lifting weights. Well, I'm going to kind of follow the similar plan. But this time I should also be able to, move with no issue and be able to do certain workouts with no issue. It's just a lot. I feel a lot better now than I did going into this surgery, or the hernia surgery for that matter. So I will keep you posted on how the progress goes from here on out. And I appreciate everybody that's been with me on this journey. But I only wanted to do this video, and I never really wanted to go much in depth on what it is, because it is a rather personal type of injury or condition that you can have. And maybe somebody out there that's having a similar issue with the hernia surgery can benefit from this video, because again, it is a small percentage of people that have this condition. And even talking to my own doctor, he says he does hundreds if not thousands of hernia procedures through a year's time, and he couldn't tell me the last time he's had to do one of these procedures from a hernia surgery. So I hope that if someone is coming across this, that you actually don't have this condition. But if you do, like I said, you could probably take something from just how the whole day is going to go when you get to the hospital and beyond. So I'm going to, if anything changes, I'm going to keep you updated. This is really odd to make a video after 8 months, but I just wanted to keep you guys updated. The next one, of course, will probably come at about a year again, unless anything changes in between now and then. So I appreciate you hanging around this far and watching, and until next time, I'm out.